it led to winter and fall, where like flowers and trees lose their leaves and petals and nothing grows. But then when Proserpina comes back, that makes the summer and spring where everything grows.
Great. Eyes. What were some features of myths? Some character traits, some traits of myths that you noticed when you read Circe's and Proserpina? Purpose, structure. Turn to your partner. Give them a high five and say, seasons. Let's try that again. Seasons. Partner on the left, you're speaking first. The features of myth. I want to see you pointing to where you see those myth features appear in the text. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds to speak. Go ahead. Bring it back in 2, 1, and 0. Eyes. One thing that we did really well there was pointing to the text. One thing that we can do a little bit better on is getting right down to work on the conversation that we had. Flip your page. Okay. Now, put a star where it says what causes the seasons. Put a star at the bottom of the article. Your job is to read from star to star. As you read, you're going to mark up the features of genre, topic, and purpose. Meet me at the bottom in 6 minutes. Go ahead. according to this article, how are the seasons created? Tractile Wu.
The season is created by when the sun.
Seasons are. The seasons are. Plural. Seasons are created.
The seasons are created by. Created by like when the sun hits the north, like when the sun hits the north, like the heat transfer to other places, and when the Earth's natural thermostat, that the atmosphere functions.
What?
In the article, it says that the seasons are it says that winter are coming when the axis starts to tilt away, because the and the Earth gets less sunlight, and summer is when the Earth tilts more to the sun, and that's when the Earth gets warmer.
Good. Initiative for going right back to the text. That was a good choice. Right now, flip your page over. These two texts were really different. And they both tried to explain the same thing, seasons. And why maybe it was so cold today. I want you to look at two quick excerpts from both texts and think, how are they similar? How are they different? Take 1 minute to prepare for our discussion by skimming over the two passages and making notes in the graph below, answering the question, how are these passages similar and different? Pencils. 2, 1, 0. Eyes. one of my favorite things about discussion is learning from you all based on what your opinions are. One thing that I remember from discussions in classes is sometimes not knowing exactly what my thoughts are and waiting and waiting and waiting to participate until I feel like something was fully formed in my head. But that never really worked for me because I would have an idea and then someone else would say it 2 seconds later and I felt like someone took my idea. It is okay if your ideas don't sound perfect. Let's try and figure it out together. Start us off. Similar and different. What's similar and different about these passages? Tons of hands over on this side to start, which is great. I'm going to be quiet once we start. Track David. The conversation should show you listening by looking at each other. Go ahead.
For similar, they have, it's about the same topic, which is seasons, but in this, it uses like characters and exposition, and for non-fiction, it uses definition. Josh.
I said similarity because the both texts describe how the seasons change during how the seasons change.
One thing that's similar is that they both talk about how winter and falls and spring and summer were created. Right.
One thing that's different about these two articles is that the myth, it explains how a god's emotions controlled the 4 seasons, whereas in the non-fiction text it says how the earth's angling and orbit around the sun affects the seasons.
Sorry, I didn't.
Rob?
One thing that's different about these two stories are that the myth is to entertain the reader by giving a conflict and how the conflict was resolved at the end of the 4 seasons, and the non-fiction article is to inform the reader about how the earth tilts around the sun and that creates the seasons.
So I hear Daryl now thinking about purpose. As we continue our conversation, push yourself to incorporate evidence. Roll it, Daryl.
One thing that looks cool and that the non-fiction text about seasons didn't do was that the myth had me more interesting because of all the different things that happened, but the non-fiction just felt like reading a book.
Okay, that's your personal opinion. We want to look at it critically and objectively. What's the difference between the two texts?
That the myth is less descriptive than the non-fiction.
So I hear you talking about word choice. Let's think here about word choice and language. Roll, Malia.
One difference is that the myth describes how seasons change based on gods and based on gods and mortals, and the non-fiction text just explains how the earth orbits around the sun in order to temperature.
Great. Eyes. Coming out of this discussion, one thing that I liked that we're doing is just diving right in. You're giving your assertions, which I'm excited about. One thing that I think that we can do a little bit better is giving evidence. You have those 2 passages right in front of you. You got to dig into them and get words to back up your assertions. Right now, flip to the exit. Write your name at the top. Gio, you have 1. Right now, you're not following directions. We're moving forward. This conversation will continue in writing class to get